yesterday. The Bills failed to convert on fourth down. Stefon Diggs, not holding back, he let Josh Allen know on the sideline that, hey, I was open. After the game, Diggs reportedly left the locker room early. No talking to media for him. Ooh, frustrations for sure. Shannon, what's your reaction to this?
Just own it. I mean, Stefon is he's a great receiver, very talented. But just own it. You can't keep saying I'm him when things go good, and when things go bad, run away from your responsibility of talking to the media. Now, if he had 10 catches for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns, Skip, and they won the game, you think he's sticking around and talking? Just own it. It happens. Don't show your quarterback up because you wouldn't want your quarterback showing you up. We're all human. We try to do the best we possibly can. And sometimes we don't have our finest hour, our best moment. But you own that and say, You know what? I'll be better. You think Josh Allen went to that game and said, man, I ain't getting him no targets. My best receiver going to the Pro Bowl again, I ain't going to give him no targets. I don't want to throw in the ball. I don't want to win this game. Knowing that Stefon Diggs greatly increases the Buffalo Bills' chances of winning this ball game.
Yep.
They weren't able to connect, Skip. It happens. It's not the first. It won't be the last time. But Stefon, just answer the music. Just go talk and say, hey, today me and Josh couldn't get on the same page. Give the Cincinnati Bengals their credit. They had a great game plan. They did a great job of disrupting our timing, and they won the ball game. Best of luck moving forward against Kansas City. And that's how you got to do it, Skip. That's all you got to do.
I hear you. I cannot defend this behavior, but I'm here to say I have some sympathy for Stefon Diggs and what he went through. And the one emotion that he showed last night was something my team did not show in San Francisco, and that was anger. That was spillover frustration. And I didn't get any of that from any of my players. I think they were happy to be there and happy that they just hung in and hung on and were respectable yesterday and made the score respectable. But in this case, he lost it. He went T.O. on Josh Allen because I was there that day in Minneapolis, and T.O. just stormed up and down the sidelines at Greg Knapp, who was sitting on the bench.
That's because Randy went off.
He went off on him and just made him eat it right there before the world to watch because it was a big national TV game.
Right.
And Greg Knapp was the offensive coordinator.
And then who you got on the other side? You got Jamar Chase. You got him on the other side. And you got Diggs. And that's why, hey, Skip.
You know what? I got it.
Tell Bill Romanowski, don't you let Gonzo show me up. Don't you let these guys come in my building and show me up.
Okay, I got that. But again, I don't know if Diggs buys completely into Josh, even though he is praised,
Skip, he got 3 Pro Bowls.
Okay, I got it.
He's thought of as one of the top receivers in the league.
Yesterday, he had the lowest catch percentage of his 3 seasons in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Second half, he caught 1 ball for 8 yards. The problem with Josh Allen, he's overrated in one capacity. He does not see the field well. He has no burrow in him where he can pick you to pieces. And if Diggs keeps getting open, as Jamar did, he will get him the football.
Right.
Because sometimes he ducks and runs too quickly. He's a highlight waiting to happen.
But I think, Skip, you look at the offense, there's a lot of 3-step drops in Cincinnati's offense. Mainly it's 5-step drops in Buffalo's offense because they're trying to push the ball down the field.
Or 7-step drops.
They're trying to get chunk plays.
Yep.
But hold on, Stefon, when that man is giving you 15 targets, where your hands up?
No.
Okay, bro, he had a bad game.
Yeah.
It was off. The connection wasn't there. But you can't do your quarterback like
just
that.
Show him up. And to Josh's
he just kept looking at his tablet.
credit, he wouldn't even look up.
Look at the
he
tablet.
never even looked up and said a word to him, right?
Yeah.
And then what I can't abide is after the game, you do have to stay and own.
You wore that outfit. When you wear that outfit, when you come out there futuristic,
and then
looking like the Neptunes. Hey, stand there and face the music.
True. And unfortunately, when you don't, your teammates, starting with Cole Beasley, they have to speak for you.
And what one of the things I said about my actions on Friday?
Yep.
I said, now people got to answer what happened to Shannon.
Yep.
What do you think went going on with Shannon? Not Cole Beasley. Not everybody else have to answer for your actions.
I got it.
When you're grown, answer for your own actions.
Well said.
Indeed. And very well said at the top of the show, Shannon, as well.
Thank you.
All right, speaking of the Lakers, how impressive was that comeback versus the Blazers? Let's get into the X's and O's when we come back here on FS1.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
And I won't back down.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals back in the AFC NFC title game after demolishing the Bills 27-10 in Buffalo yesterday. Look at this snow, y'all. Crazy. Burrow had 242 passing yards and a pair of touchdowns in the win. Josh Allen finished with 265 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, plus an interception. Shannon, what do you think? Yesterday, more about what Joe Cool did or what Josh Allen didn't do?
No, this is all about Joe Burrow. He's sensational, Skip. The guy's in his second postseason, I think it's 6 games now, Skip. And he's already the franchise leader in passing postseason yards. Ken Anderson played, I think, like 13, 14 years there. Boomer Esiason played another 10, 12, 13 years there.
Ken Anderson got him to that Super Bowl against the
49ers in Detroit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And here, this kid in his third year, in his second year in the postseason, and he's already the all-time franchise leader. Skip, they dominated from the word go. They kicked the ball off, and they got the ball and went right down the field. And when a team does that to you in your building in the playoffs, it puts you on notice. You're like, uh-oh, they for real.
What did we talk about on Friday? You said you're mystified by this new trend of, you win the toss and you say, oh, we'll give you the ball.
Skip, if you got the 85 Bears, you got the Ravens defense,
Okay, I got it.
I'm going to let them set the tone.
But if you've got John Elway, what do?
We take the ball.
We want the football.
You got Joe Burrow, take the football.
Yeah.
And they took the football, and they went right down the field, and the Buffalo knew they were in trouble. Because guess what? They stopped Buffalo, and they went right back down the field, and they got another 14. And they said, we're really in trouble. And I never got the sense, even at 17-10, that Buffalo really had a chance to win this game. Because Cincinnati dominated from the word go. In all 3 phases of the game, Joe Burrow was sensational, and when you can run the ball, they got 34 rushes, 172 yards in that element, which slowed Buffalo's rush down. That's why they signed Von Miller. They don't really have one guy that can consistently go get the quarterback. That's why you give Von Miller, an older veteran, the kind of money, because he was the guy that could consistently do that. And when he went down, yeah, you have guys, and Leslie Frazier can get exotic with his scheme, but at the end of the day, Skip, I need one guy to go whip that guy's ass and go put the quarterback on the ground. And they didn't have that yesterday. And Joe Burrow and Higgins, and even though Higgins didn't have a great game, it was basically Chase and Hurst, those guys doing the work. But this wasn't about Josh Allen. Look, they can't run the football. I mean, Skip, they had 19 rushes. 8 of them came from Josh Allen. That's not going to win you a playoff game.
I agree.
And we've been talking about this all year. They need to get a runner. They need to be able to run the ball. They need to be able to run the ball. You can't just keep relying on Josh Allen heroic. So I won't say Josh Allen played terrible, but the way Joe Burrow played yesterday, that looked like the team to beat in the AFC. And I know it's not going to be easy in Kansas City, and we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes and his injury. But, Skip, the way the Bengals have been playing the last month and a half of the season, that offense is clicking. And their defense, they make enough plays. Now, being hobbled like Patrick Mahomes, and he came back in the ball game, they're going to shoot that ankle up. I know I've had high ankle sprain. They're going to shoot it up.
I'm assuming they shot it up.
Of course they did.
Of course
they did. Yep. And they're going to give him a little Toradol. They're going to try to take as much pain as they can out of that ankle.
By the way, you can shoot the ankle and make it better. Yeah?
You can.
Make it feel better anyway.
Your boy know about it. I shot mine up for 11 straight weeks.
Okay.
But, Skip, and Cincinnati did this with a makeshift line. 3 of their starters that they started the season with are out.
I don't get it.
They got these guys. I ain't know who these. I'm like, who are you? Where you come from?
I don't know.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Hakeem from Coming to America. Them the only Hakeems I know. Yep. And they got one starting, and they did a number on them. 172 yards. Skip, that's more than 16 of the 17 games that they played in the regular season. They only one time did they rush for more yards than that in the game. And then they did this in a playoff game, on the road, in the snow. They're not to be messed with.
So, Shannon Sharp,